You are live. Yo, this is the One Nation Podcast 864, and I'm in the building with my guest tonight, Mr. Jason Greene of KingMeFashions. How you doing, bro? How you
Come
doing?
on with it, man. Everything is love. If I was to
That's
complain, I would just be complaining, man. I'm good.
Hey, man, I
That's
want to
it.
let everybody know this. Watching this, me and Jason plan on trying to do this at least, man, twice, maybe if we can once a week. You know what I mean? Chop it up with him, and we
Oh,
came
good.
up with a great topic tonight. Jason, you want to let them know what we're talking about? Because I thought about this all day long, bro. I thought about it all day
Okay.
long.
I'm not mad at you. I truly apologize. Before I even jump into anything, can I just
Okay.
say uh prayers, blessings, and well wishes to
Yeah.
everybody in the Baltimore area, man.
Right.
I watched
Right.
that mess on the TV earlier this morning from
Yeah.
work. I just put myself in trouble, but I seen it, and when it happened, that broke my heart, man. So to everybody that was on the bridge, to somebody with a
Right.
family member involved in any of that, well
Right.
wishes, warm thoughts, and much blessings to you for that.
Real
So
talk, man. And I want to piggyback off him. We send our prayers from the One Nation Podcast 864. I actually seen it today too, man. And we got people up that way. I'm pretty sure you got people up that way. And
my
man,
oldest and youngest is
but
there.
yeah, man. But I'm gonna tell you what I didn't notice. I don't want to get too far off subject, but when they say the
Yeah.
bridge collapsed, I just thought the bridge collapsed. I didn't actually know that the ship actually hit it. You know what I mean? So I was just at the gym and they were showing a replay. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, whoa. So
Yeah.
that's what really happened, man. And
Lost
that's
power.
crazy.
Yeah.
Man,
Insane.
that's
Insane.
crazy.
Lost power, got the power back, lost power again, impact. Ah, God.
Man, that
Oh,
that is
yeah.
that's wild, bro. That is wild. But man,
Yeah, but people,
like I say, salute to them, prayers up to them and the family,
prayers,
man.
prayers, prayers.
We gonna keep them in our family. So with that being said, Jason's gonna tell y'all what our topic was tonight. And I want to let y'all know these segments, we gonna try to spend 30 minutes on this, but with me and Jason, we probably can go longer than this.
Boy, I'm
So
long-winded. I'm long-winded. I apologize ahead of time. No, I don't. But
no, you don't.
but I really don't, because I mean a message is a message. But
Right,
no, basically what it was is today's world is really different. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're gonna encounter outside of your home. So basically what it
right,
is how important is peace inside your walls, inside your home, because when
right,
you step out into the world, it's different. So how important is it to keep the peace and protect your peace when you step inside your home, your domain? And
right,
what do we do to make that a thing, a
right.
reoccurring thing every day to shelter you from the outside world?
Right. And man, like he was saying, we all need peace, man, because like you say, once we set foot outside that door, um, anything can happen. Let's just be
Yeah,
honest. And then, we go to these jobs, we deal with people on a daily, and
talk about it.
sometimes it gets stressful. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It
yeah,
gets
oh yeah.
stressful. It's like it's kind of like, man, like you say, the peace is so important because I'm pretty sure with any man or any woman, they go out to a stressful world, deal with a lot of things. Last thing they want to do is come home to a stressful environment. You know what I
That
mean?
part,
So
that
with
part.
that being said, peace is very important. I'm gonna dive back in on it, but I'm gonna get your take on it too. We're gonna talk about it.
So man, my thing is this. I'm not even gonna hold you. You're absolutely correct with everything that you said, but the mindset that you have to have on a daily
Right,
basis requires a lot of strength from you. Like your
right,
mindset is everything. I'm Captain Facebook cliche. I'll be the first one to admit it, but everything that I say is real deal. You
real,
are what you repeat. So whatever you're repeating on a daily basis is ultimately going to become your world. So the
true,
more
true.
peace that you keep within yourself, within your
Hmm.
walls, when you step
Hmm.
out, it's going to reflect in your world to
Right,
what you can control. Because at the end of the day, what you can control is your reaction to what you see outside of your house and inside of your house through your mindset. So that's
right.
that's where I'll start it off at. I'll start
Yeah,
it off by saying that.
yeah, and you're absolutely right because like your mindset is everything, man. You can't go out here and let's say, of course things don't happen the way you want it to happen. you go to your job and somebody's having a bad day, not you. Wait a minute, a bad moment. Remember, back on that.
There you
A
go.
bad
There you go.
moment.
I'll go
And
get you too.
yeah. And it causes you. It can cause you to react in certain ways. And what you don't want it to do is get to you to where you do come home and disrupt the peace that's in your home too. You know what I mean? And that could be serious. you
And the
feel
last time we spoke on that, I said some
yeah,
stuff on the last podcast that we did during the
right.
fellas meeting. I was saying like you end up bleeding on things and people that didn't necessarily cut you, and then you could
Right.
take that into your home because you had a bad day at work. As soon
Yeah.
as you walk in, whether it be kids, whether it be wife, whether it be
Yeah.
husband, whatever it is, you walk
Mhm.
in, hey, how you doing today? Man, can I get through the door? No,
Yeah.
that wasn't
Yeah.
the vibe. You know what I mean? Like you got to
Right.
really check yourself.
Right.
Show of likes, show of finger snaps, whatever it is. How many
Right.
people have to really decompress at the end of the day, at the end of
Yeah.
a work day, excuse me, before they
Yeah.
walk into the house? Because I know I'm one of them. Like I'll have
Yeah.
to literally sit in my car, think about what happened before I
Yeah.
walk in the house because I don't want to bring that energy into my place of peace. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
So I have to
Right.
sit down and think about that because it's like, man, my loved ones are on the other side of that wall. I want to
Right.
keep it as such. I got love for everybody outside of that, but this is
Absolutely.
who I'm focused on. So I want to make sure when they see me, it's always love. So
Yeah.
it's important to keep that in mind. Like think about your actions before you like really act. I know.
You're right.
Does that make sense? That
Yeah,
makes sense? Okay,
that makes a
so
whole
but
lot of
yeah,
sense. You're right about that because I'm gonna tell you, I've been that person before. You know what I mean?
we
I've
all
been
have.
that guy.
All have.
Letting things get to me, man. Then I come home and I don't necessarily go off, but like you say, the vibe. Oh, we got a call. That ain't happening. The vibe is not what it was when I left. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, 1-800
hate
stop your
to
ish.
I hate to be that guy. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, they didn't do nothing wrong to me. You know what I mean? You bringing what you went through in the outside world at home when really this supposed to be a place of peace where you can just relax and let that go. So, like you
And
say, man, don't
yeah,
take that out on nobody. Decompress. You know, count to 10 or whatever you count to. Get it right.
3, 2,
Reset.
1.
Come on
1,
back
2,
with
3.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. Nah, because I mean, ultimately, how especially with young kids in the house too, especially with your loved one in the house, with all your loved ones in the house, subconsciously, it's I'm gonna take the children aspect of that, and I'm gonna say you're teaching them how to react to the world subconsciously by your actions. So how they see
Right.
you act is how they're formulating their opinion because you're the one that they look up to the most. If they see
Right.
you in a bad mood more often than not, chances are when they get out, well, this is how it's supposed to be. So, hi, how you
Yeah.
doing? What you mean? Hi, how you doing? What? So I'm doing all right. What you want? Type stuff. So you know what I mean? You don't want that to be the vibe. So you're
You're
setting
right.
the tone for not only your day, but how everybody being the head of the household for one is going to
Yeah.
react throughout their day and through life later on. Because
Right.
until they can formulate their opinion, you're formulating it for them. Like I off topic, but how you talk to your wife, how you talk to your
Yeah.
mother, how you talk to
Yeah.
your father is teaching
Right.
them subconsciously, whether they speak on it or not, how to treat people. So I
You're
mean, it
right.
all starts in the home, and if there's peace in the home, there's peace around you when you leave the house. So
You're
we
right.
go with that. I'm really
You're
trying to
right.
learn how to put my hands down when I talk, man. Uh, but that's just me. I
No,
don't know
man,
what it is. I'll put them in my pockets or something. But
you
yeah, but
absolutely right, man. But you're right. It's like I hear a lot of we work with a lot of people. You know what I mean? And you
boy,
hear a lot of guys, you know, to be so upset with the home life. And I'd be like, dude, like I know people not on my job now, but really would work overtime just to stay away from home. And it just tripped me out. I'm like, yo,
not
it
gonna
can't
happen.
be, you know
Not
what I
gonna
mean?
happen. Yeah, oh yeah,
Hey,
I get it, but not gonna
I'm gonna be
happen. No.
real. It's no way in the hell, bro. I can't do it. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? Because my home is peaceful, but I can't see, I can't imagine going through what we talk about outside in the outside world and coming home having to deal with it too. There's no way.
absolutely not. Absolutely
No.
not. And like I punch in at 7:30 and I punch out at 6:10 on the days that I have to work. Come
Right.
6:10, they're like, "Dang, Jason should be sponsored by Nike. He be out. I can't stay. Like I gotta get back to my world. I really do. I have to get back to my world. So as long as that is a happy place, like that's where I run to, and that's what I try to
Right.
get to. So like
Yeah.
that's the main thing. But you got to create that, or
You're
you've
right.
got to play your part in creating that because
Right.
you're 100% responsible for your reaction to everything that goes on. Well,
You're
I
right.
mean, if somebody's wilding out on you, I'm not saying be no sucker by all means, but at the same
Right.
time, you always have the option to walk away. And when you don't, boy, you better pick up both hands and feet and put them both down. But that's another topic. But nonetheless, my thing
Yeah.
is you always have the option to walk away from any negative situation you get
Yeah.
put in because ultimately
Always.
that could be the difference between your anger or your peace.
Yeah.
But I wanna ask you a question. I'm gonna throw this
All
off
right.
of
Go
you
ahead.
right quick. How do we go about getting that? I said mindset. How do you feel we go about getting that reaction in the home of peace?
Um, like I say, like you say, you got to create it. It starts with you.
Yeah,
I feel like if you yourself is, well, let's say at peace, or you create a great environment, your environment will be great. You know what I mean? It's really
getting the
about
peace.
your actions. It's about the way you are inside the home. Because, like me, for example, my kids,
Uh-huh,
my wife,
uh-huh.
um, it's nothing but joy and love, man. Now, for a minute, I can honestly say when she was pregnant, oh God, I didn't I didn't know what to expect.
Okay. All right.
I'm just a little
All right.
scared.
Yeah.
But what I did, man, I listened more. I actually listened to everybody in the house, listened to what they had to say. I paid attention. I helped them with things. I basically was, like, I guess you would say, very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Attentive. Like you was
Yeah, I
I,
guess you say
I
tentative.
I
Yeah,
think that is a huge
yeah,
point to what you're saying because you listen. Like
right,
we're given two ears and one mouth for a reason. You
right.
listen twice and then you speak once to get
Yeah.
your opinion
And
across. And I
see,
think that's
like you
absolutely great.
said, when you do that, they open up more. You know what I mean? So when they did that, it's like I could, they could talk to me about anything. I could come to them with anything, especially my wife. And that's how I think we created this environment we have. So I know when I leave this house, oh, it's probably gonna be something. But when I come home, it's a place of comfort, a place of happiness, a place of peace, man. That's what I
So
think everybody
basically, you
needs.
would say communication would be your
Yeah,
way of keeping the peace within your home and making sure
right,
that it's there. I'm not saying come home and complain because don't nobody want to
right.
hear all that either. But at the same
Yeah,
time, baby, this is this. This
yeah,
is what it is. I didn't have the greatest moment at work. I'm
right.
working on getting better. If you could give me 5 to 10 to just
Yeah,
be, then
I'll be
we could
good.
go from there. But for right now, then we know I'm not vibing with the world right now. So we gonna have to
Right,
work on some stuff. So give me 5 minutes. Even if you got to run into the bathroom or if you have an
right.
office, I'm lucky enough to have an office or a store
Yeah,
where I can come and
yeah,
unwind for a second before I take some energy that I didn't necessarily want to take into my home. Cause
yeah.
like that spreads through the home quickly. I don't care how big your house is. You can
You're
see
right
how
about that.
everybody else is living that. Oh man, I got to be mindful of everything that I do because this reflects on everybody in my world. So let me
Right.
get myself right before I walk into any situation. I
And
think listening is huge. I think that's
and
huge. I like that.
something you just said, you're right. Everybody pay attention to what you do.
Yeah.
And it really
Yeah.
is a reflection. And then I'm gonna tell you something, man. If you start doing things look, number one, you want to do the right thing so they'll see it and they'll reflect it. Now, when you start
Man.
doing things out of the ordinary and you see it in a child
Boy,
or a wife, you're like, wait a
boy.
minute. And then you got the nerve to get on them, but really it's a reflection of what you doing. Oh, you gotta check yourself.
I tell this to my friends all the time. They be talking like sometimes they'll end up saying something about that. I'm like, what's it like to argue with yourself? Like what
Yeah.
honestly? Because like you telling me everything that you do, but you telling me like your kids or somebody else that is close to you is doing. I'm like,
Hey,
"Yeah, that's kind of you. And I'm
bro, I'm gonna
guilty of
tell you
it
something.
myself. I'm chill guilty.
I asked a friend of mine that. I say, man, think about it. I said, what is like to argue with yourself? You know what he told me?
Oh shoot.
I'm gonna win. How? What? I'm
Hey,
gonna win. Look, wait a minute, bro. You
two
arguing
things
with
can be
yourself. What
right
you
at the
mean you
same
gonna win?
time.
Jason, I
Yeah.
don't know, man.
But that's like I said, you have the option to walk off. On that one, I'm walking off.
Yeah,
I'm gonna laugh for
yeah,
a little bit. I'm gonna walk off. I'm gonna come back when I have something better to say. But that's funny. I like that. That's funny.
yeah. Like,
Oh
bro,
man,
it was dead serious when he said
not
it.
wrong. Not wrong.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I
you
mean,
gotta do better.
I
You
mean, I
gotta
feel
do
like
better.
now since you asked that question, what it's like to argue with yourself, man. It's no winning. Because if I argue with myself coming back at me, and I'm going back at myself, it ain't gonna work, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh
It ain't
man,
gonna
that's
work,
good.
man. It
That
ain't
is
gonna work,
absolutely
bro.
great.
But that, like you say, peace is major. We need that. We really do, man.
I'm working on peace by working on
Okay.
myself. I'm the worst one because
Really?
I'm not scared to I'm not scared to admit it. I'm really not. My
Okay.
attitude is horrible more often than it's not, but I try to
Really?
be mindful before I project. Yeah, man. Like I'm one of them practicing Christians. Like he's not through with me yet.
Yeah.
I'll really take it there and then
I
be like,
feel
dang, I
you.
probably should have thought that out before I did that. But
Yeah.
once it's go
Yeah.
time, did you see my last post? I applaud everybody that can keep it classy when they going through it. Cause once I get into some stuff, it's
Yeah.
like it's open mic at the trap house. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody bald head, everybody
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah, all of that, straight like that. So yeah,
Hey,
I'm
I
I'm
feel you,
working on
man. You
myself.
know what?
But
My wife told me that she's actually proud of me. I'm gonna tell you why. Because man, like you heard what you just said. When you
yeah,
going through it, everybody is this. Everybody, man, look here. I,
yeah,
I was I was that. I'm about to be 38. I was that guy probably for
young
36 years of
man,
my life.
young man. All right, yeah,
Yeah, man. It's just it was like I get into it, man. You know what? Man, you know what? No, calm down. But I'm gonna tell you what, bro. Since I did calm down, I see where I was wrong, and I feel like a weight lifted off my shoulder. You know what I mean? Like
now see that's the truth.
I can get into arguments now and don't have to raise my voice. You know what I'm saying? I could be so calm. Now, if you mess with somebody in this house, it's a problem. You know, I
Oh
can't
man,
help it.
oh
I'm gonna
man,
flip.
oh man,
But
yeah,
other
yeah,
than
yeah.
that, I'm good, bro.
I very rarely find myself arguing
Uh-huh.
anymore, just
Uh-huh.
because like I said, I digress. Like I'll go back and I'll retract what I said most of the time. There was a
Right.
period of time in my life where it was 0 to 100
Real quick.
real fast.
Yeah.
Now, so more days I'll be more apt to think before I speak. There are days where I fall short, but they're
Yeah.
few and far between now. So like
Yeah.
things are much better. Um,
Hmm.
but that all started with me. I'm like, why am I so angry? Because I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's a sign of weakness, but it's kind of a sign of weakness. Like if somebody has the amount of control over you to bring you
Right.
to a point of no control, that's kind
Right.
of a weakness that you really need to work on, and that starts here. So
Yeah.
before you start bringing it into your home, into the world, all of that stuff, you kind of really need to find you. And if you can't
Oh yeah.
find you, there's nothing wrong with outside help, of
Right.
professional help or something like that. So,
You're
or you
right.
might have a family member, a go-to. Find
Yeah.
somebody that you can relate to in order to
Hmm.
get these things off your chest, for one, but two, be better when you step out into the world or step into your home. Like it's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing to be able to take part in. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you're right. I understand that, man. I've done therapy. You know what I'm saying? I've done well. We did marriage. You know, the couples therapy thing.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I've done therapy myself, so it's nothing wrong with getting that off your chest or talking to somebody about it, man.
I do
Bro,
food therapy.
oh God, here we go.
I tried. I was trying to hold on to it. I can't do it. God dog it. I get real
Hey,
mad.
hey, you know what?
I don't
Since you
need them
said that,
cookies, but we about to have them cookies. I
hey,
don't need
look,
them.
I'm gonna tell you something. Since you do
Uh-oh.
food therapy, let me
Yeah.
ask you this, because I mean, maybe this don't run across people's mind, but this ran across mine. When I used to get mad, it's at the world. It was one food that I went to and ate. I mean, no lie. It was just
Is
like,
everything a food? Because that
I
was
mean,
me. I went to everything. I went to,
no,
okay,
no,
my
man,
bad. Go ahead. My bad.
no.
My bad.
For real talk, And I used to get mad, man. I don't know why, but I would go to probably one of the oldest fast food spots in the world, which is Jack in the Box, and
Shit.
order the number 3 double cheeseburger with bacon for some reason. I don't know why. And every time I would get mad, bro, I go off and I'm stopping by Jack in the Box. Now, my question to you,
Okay.
was it anything like that with you that you ate when you got mad?
So I answered the question
Since you brought up
prematurely.
food.
I really did. But what's that show that used to be on TV where they run down the aisle? They were supposed to pick out certain things.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I don't know what it was. Well, I didn't pay attention to none of that. I stuck my arm in the aisle, or in the rack, and just went down the aisle. Whatever fell in the cart is what was getting paid for at the end of my experience. So that way I had options. I'm the options guy, which is the reason I ballooned to almost 400 pounds. Like we'll talk about that on a whole nother podcast. But
Man.
yeah, so whenever I got mad, I take it out on the chicken wings. I take it out on the ice cream. I take it out on the cookies. I take it out on the soda. You know what I mean? And it turned me into a person, one, that I couldn't be mad no more because I couldn't breathe, for one. But I mean, it was not very becoming of who I was trying to be. It really was. It really wasn't. So I had to learn how to tone that down. But Lord Jesus, I'm gonna tell you right now, do not let me find this 6-pack anywhere in Walmart, because once I get it, it's up. It's really up. The only thing that's keeping me calm right now is this gut. Once this gut disappears, watch your mouth. Don't look at me in no tone of voice. Yes, I said don't look at me in that tone of voice. It's up.
I feel you. I'm the same way.
That's it. No, but
I'm working on it,
honestly, bro. My go-to food, comfort food at its finest. I was the McDonald's guy. Let me get the double quarter pounder with cheese. Woo, let me get a large strawberry shake. Let me get the fries that I like. Excuse me. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Yes, let me get the diabetes. Please pull around. That's pretty much what it was. They knew me by voice. So I was having a lot of bad days back then, it would seem. But now, not so much. But yeah. I'm doing better now. If I told you what I was doing now, you'd probably be like, that is a night and day change. So
hey man, as long as you're doing better, bro. As long as you're doing better,
I am. It's different. I'm learning a new lifestyle, so that's pretty cool. But it's helping me keep the peace within myself, which is where it all boils back to, or all goes back to, and where it all starts. Peace starts with yourself and reflects on the world around you. So
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Absolutely.
Man,
but
it shows like I'm gonna tell you something else, man. You can kind of like, you ever met someone and they was just, this is kind of getting off subject, but I'm sticking to it. You ever met someone that they were just grumpy all the time? Just come on, man. I ain't seen that part of you yet.
No, you won't though. You won't. The reason you won't is because that's not me now.
That's gone.
But there was a period of time where it was.
Okay, well, if you was that person, let me ask you this then. If you was the grumpy person all the time, why was it?
There was a period of time where Jason felt like the world owed him everything and he didn't owe the world back. And I think the reason why I'm so big on laughter and all of that stuff now is honestly because I remember a time where it wasn't nothing funny. So that period of time, I kind of go to that, which is why I try to be more upbeat in my everyday actions, because I remember those times and who I was becoming as a person and who I didn't want to be, but I didn't know how to change it until I got the information. Once I got the information, I became responsible for how I showed it to everybody else. So you're your biggest billboard always and all of that. So I most definitely started to put the lighter part of me out there, because being angry all the time, it takes people away from you, honestly. It really does. Like, don't nobody want to be around anger all the time, but I was him for a while. I was him for a while.
Right. You're right. Well, you answered my question. I always wanted to know why people, be grumpy. I had a friend of mine, man, just every time I turn around, it was grumpy or something negative. And I'm like, bro, what's the problem? And he could never give me an answer. You know what I'm saying?
It's draining.
And I don't know. I'm like, yo, I don't know. It's not an answer. You know what I mean? And he finally did some searching of his own and got down and he's better now. Put it like
No,
that.
but that's good. But that
Yeah,
is honestly, ask yourself, whenever you got around that person, or
yeah,
I mean, I can speak for myself because I used to be that person, but whenever you
right,
got around that person, that mess is like it's physically draining, like it's
yeah,
mentally draining. Like you feel like, damn, I'm about to be in a bad mood just having to listen to you, dog. Like, hold
right,
on.
right. You
I know
already know
there's
it's
something
coming.
that has to be good about your day. I tell people all the time, when I see it happening more often than not, I'll be like,
Right,
look. Give me 10 things to write down. Write down 10 things that you're grateful for. And whenever you start to feel yourself slide into one of those moods, pull that paper out and just reread it. I'm thankful
right,
for my wife. I'm thankful
right,
for my kids. I'm thankful for good health. Whatever
right.
it is that you have to be thankful for, repeat that because then you'll become that. And then you'll
You're
start to
right.
get away from them things that aren't conducive to your growth. And
You're
that's all
right.
it is. We here to grow. And
You're
those
right.
who can't grow with you can't go with you, honestly. So
Yeah, I
you
learned
have
that.
to
I learned that.
and if
I
you love
learned that the
somebody,
hard
you'll
way.
help them until it starts to take from you. Love other people, but love yourself. Because again, I
Yeah,
said it the last time, I'll say it again. You can't pour from an empty cup. You really can't. So be
yeah, you're
so
right.
full in yourself with all aspects of life that it can spill out onto other people in a positive light, not a negative light. So I
You're
had to
right,
learn
man.
that the hard way because I lost a lot of great people. Like I lost a lot
Yeah,
of great
I
people.
can say that too, man. I lost some people, man, that was in my corner. You know what I mean? I felt like some of it was my fault. You know, my ways. You know, I can accept that. You know,
Back
you
then,
feel me?
no. Back then,
Yeah,
no. It's like, look at God. It's almost like the trash took itself out. I ain't want to be around you no way, but it was me the
yeah.
whole time. It
Hey,
was.
but
It was me
I'm
the
gonna tell
whole
you
time. So
what.
it's like, dang.
Just as many people that I lost. I stopped hanging around a lot of people because they was that way too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, it's like, and I thought about it, say, dang, was I this bad? Was was I like this? You know, like, damn, I see why they stopped,
Yeah.
hanging
Oh yeah.
around me, man. But you live and you learn, bro, and that's the most important thing, man. But like we get back to what we were saying,
Yes.
peace is important, bro, and I'm glad I have it in my home. I'm pretty sure you have it in yours. I know you do.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, let me stop. But yeah, I mean,
Wait till you say so.
no, for real. Like I chose that. Like
Yeah,
there are times where I choose violence. There are times when I choose
yeah,
peace. We all do, but more often than not, I choose the peace
me
because
too.
that's who I want to be. And
Me too.
it's an ultimate decision of yours. So because you
Hmm.
choose happiness, it's reflective. So yeah, most definitely. But there are times where it get very real in the Green household, and it's like, oh shoot, I think we
Yeah,
both to your corners. So
yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
but it
I
bees
feel
like
you.
that. But at
It
the
get
same
it get
time,
like that in the
you
Rooker household.
but you come back to the love because ultimately that's the glue. So as long
Yeah,
as you can come back to the love, speak it out, which I'm learning too, because I wasn't the greatest communicator, which is really odd. Being a poet and not being able to communicate is probably two of the most backwards things ever. But I
this
mean,
go.
I'm learning, like I've learned and I'm learning
Yeah,
still. I'm never going to stop learning. I think that's why peace is always going to be a part of my process, no matter what I do in life. I'm
and
always
that's
trying to
good,
find the
bro.
peace in it. So yeah, most
You're right
definitely.
about that, man. Well, we had a great topic tonight, bro. I really I felt this one. When you shot it to me, I was like, yeah, that's wrong with it. That's wrong
I
with it.
got a million and five things to talk about, but I just enjoy the back and forth, steel sharpening steel. Like I
Yeah,
like
man. Always,
I catch
always.
something from you all the time. I'm hoping I say
Same here.
stuff and I don't sound like a broken record, but I try to
No.
understand and relate what it is I may know. So
Yeah,
like if I know anything, is that I don't know anything, but I try to
yeah.
speak on what I hear the most that makes the most sense to me.
I
So
got you, bro. And that's
yeah.
something we can always do, man. We can chop it up, like you say, on the podcast or at the snobs or
People,
wherever, man. You know
I
what I'm
try to,
saying?
I sent you some craziness earlier, but we're not gonna
Oh,
talk about that.
hey,
'Cause
hey,
I don't want
I
to get you
seen I was at the
canceled.
gym.
I don't
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it yet. Because you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you.
want-
We on live. I'm gonna say this. We
Oh.
gonna have a segment for that.
Did
For
he do
that
it?
craziness that you sent me. So I don't even I'm not gonna do it yet.
All right,
I'm gonna
all
let
right.
hey
I just
look,
think so. Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
let
yeah,
the
yeah.
day, I'm gonna let it blow over a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's crazy right now.
I've, I've been seeing a whole bunch of craziness, and I'm just looking like I. It very often am I now speechless. I've been speechless
Yeah,
for most of the time,
I
so I
am
just been
too.
sending it to everybody. I've been sending it out,
Yeah,
and then they looking back at me like I don't got nothing. I don't know.
It's
I don't know
nothing.
what I'm supposed
Hey,
to
bro,
say.
I'm really. I never thought I'd see this.
And since we speaking in code, I'm
Yeah,
sure
we
a lot
are.
of y'all figured out what it is we talking about. But that's a whole nother podcast. Like that's a whole nother podcast. Like that might be a docu-series. Because Lord,
That's me. But we gonna definitely do a podcast on that, man. So
I don't want to be involved. I want to sit back and laugh. I don't want to be involved in that because I'm gonna
oh,
get you cancer.
it's gonna be a whole bunch of laughter coming with this one because I'm
Okay.
gonna do it with just more. I want to have a bunch of people on there talking about it.
I gotta get Nate his take on all of this. I know he got something
we got
wild to say. That
Myron
boy
back.
had
Gotta
me
get
in tears
Myron back
before
too.
8 o'clock. I was like, no. But yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
man.
all for it. You know, man, I'm here, doc. So I
Okay.
appreciate the reach out. I always,
Yes, sir.
we chop it up. Every time we get together, it's always love. So
No
every
doubt.
time that you want to do this, I know you said you want to do it a couple times a week. Let me
Yeah.
know. I'm with it.
Okay.
I'm with it all. So yeah,
Well,
that
y'all hear
definitely
that,
works.
man? We're gonna do this once a week with Jason Greene, man, and KingMeFashions. Now, I want to say this, man. Y'all don't
Welcome
know
to the
who
Uncle
Jason
T. Rook
is yet.
Show.
Go to 150 West Henry Street, visit the Snob, check him out, check his wife's boutique out. Yo, you won't be disappointed, man. Trust me. So y'all make sure y'all do that. KingMeFashions.
Spartanburg's new and old boutiques, 150
Right.
West Henry Street. Come check me out. I'm sitting right now in the shopping section of KingMeFashions, but I like the way it looked in the camera. So I'm like, we're gonna do this.
Hey.
But nonetheless, we got a bunch of great vendors in here.
Yeah.
Everybody is unique in their own way, and they have a bunch of great stuff. Shout out to everybody that's in the Snob. Make sure y'all pull up 150 West Henry Street. You're always gonna have a good time, and we relaxed out here. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share.
Right.
One Nation 864 podcast. Make sure y'all go check this brother out. If you see anything that he does, you already know he's on to something major. I say it time and time and again. This brother is the truth, and I'm not gonna lie to you about it. Y'all need to follow him because he's doing big things. So salute to you, King.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. And I want to tell you, I'm coming to grab that shirt right there behind you. And the white one ain't the black.
We rep our brand out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm coming.
One second. This is how I do it.
Okay, show me. I'm waiting to see what you got.
Bam.
Oh yeah, my dog. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah. Now that he said that, I got something. I'm gonna bless everybody with. So with that being said, we are getting back to making our t-shirts. But what we about to do, we're going to use our slogans, that we use on the podcast. Now, my wife is not on here tonight, but one of the things she say is cool beans. That's her thing. Like I say bet, she say cool beans, but it's the way we spell it. So y'all be ready. Look out for our slogans. We'll be dropping it with One Nation. And heck, man, you never know. Hey, I may do a giveaway. Never know. May do a giveaway, man. But bro, it's been real chopping it up with you.
Always.
And, shoot, till next time. I'll probably see you this weekend though. So be on the lookout for me.
Man. Oh, and I got days off. You know what I'm saying? We I know it's Good Friday and all that. I'm sorry. I know you got to roll out.
Yeah, I'm off.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, it's Good Friday and all of that stuff. If you are still looking for Easter clothes, Easter dresses, dress clothes for Easter, we about to be approaching prom season and all of that. I got a whole bunch of dress clothes. My wife has dress clothes, and we have great gifts. So make sure y'all pull up and check us out. We open Wednesday and Sunday.
Right.
We're open from 12 to 5. Or no, I'm sorry, Tuesday. What is it? We'll close Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday and Sunday, 12 to 5. Thursday through Saturday, we open 12 to 8. So make sure y'all check us out.
Well, bro, we'll definitely be there. I'll be there to chop it up with you, and I appreciate it tonight, man. It's been real.
Every time you pull up, it's a good time, King. I appreciate you,
Dog. Bro. Appreciate it. Peace and love.
Mama, we here.
Yeah, he made it. Later, bro.
All right, my guy.
All right, bro.
All right.